You made this so yummy.
I spend a lot of extra time in the kitchen during this time of year. Our routines are firmly established. During the summertime, we find ourselves in and out of the house a lot. This last summer, I spent tons of time every single day going over to check in with the builders. This time of year, especially now that we have a new baby, it's just so cold and I don't like to get all the little kids out. So Luke usually will head over to the property at some point, talk to the builders, we'll relay anything that I'm concerned about or want to talk about via a phone call. And mostly, I just find myself home here, spending a ton of time homemaking and making cozy foods. I don't love wintertime, but I do enjoy spending more time in my kitchen making cozy and comforting dishes and bread. And one way I'm able to stock my pantry with from scratch ingredients that I need is with Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online grocery store that specializes in natural and organic ingredients. They vet everything that is on their website so that you don't have to read every label and make sure that there aren't questionable ingredients. You can trust that you're getting quality when you shop with Thrive Market. I love that on the Thrive Market website you can sort by dietary preference. So if you are paleo, gluten-free, dairy-free, you can make it to where you only see those things. I also like to pick up some snacks on Thrive Market as well. I put them on the highest shelf in our pantry so I can pull them out when I need them if we are going to be doing something on the go. I love being able to pull from those, but still only ingredients that I love. For example, avocado oil fried chips. I keep a few oatmeal type bars in there and some high quality granola that I can serve with raw milk in a pinch. I also like to get some baking staples on Thrive Market and spices and organic condiments. And all of this ships directly to my door. Orders over $49 ship for free within the US, making it a super convenient way to keep my pantry filled with the items I need to make from scratch food. Right now, Thrive Market is offering Farmhouse on Boone viewers 30% off your first order, plus a free gift worth up to $60 by using my link, thrivemarket.com/farmhouse on Boone. I will also leave it linked down in the description box below. I found an herby garlic butter in the back of the fridge that I had made over the summer. Still smells and looks delicious. Perfect to cook up some chicken that will go in a homemade chicken pot pie. I used my sourdough pie crust recipe with, of course, the substitution of 100% whole grain. I did hard white wheat berries, just gram for gram, substituted it 1-for-1. Now, I love chicken pot pie any time of the year really, but of course it is way better in the winter time. As usual, all recipes linked below. Every time I have a new baby, or my sister who is also on YouTube has a new baby, we get lots of questions about the baby wraps. Some are wanting to know how they can wrap their babies and where to get the wraps that we use and how to tie them. And then some people are a little bit more critical and wondering, why do you never put the child down? In a house full of children, the safest place for a baby to be is up near mother. It's a bustling house. There are kids running all over the place, and I don't need the baby to get trampled. Now, she does get held by other members of the family as well. But usually when I'm cooking, it's because it's her nap time, and so it's just the easiest time to go to the kitchen and make some food. I only a lot of times show what I'm doing in the kitchen because I'm trying to help you with some inspiration on what to cook. But there's plenty of time between these shots where I'm doing math with one of my sons, or reading to a toddler, or helping a little one get their clothes on in the morning, and bringing the baby along with me in my wrap is just the easiest route to go. For those of you wondering, this is a woven wrap by Didymos. I've been using this pretty much exclusively for the last couple of babies. It's great because it works very well for newborns, but it's also supportive enough for when they're older. And I just always do the same wrap, the front wrap cross carry. I have some bones going in a Dutch oven on the back of the stove, so I will just pull from that to add to my chicken pot pie, and then add a bit more water and some vegetable scraps to it so I can continue to get all of that nutrition out of the bones and keep the broth going in our kitchen. This is an especially wonderful smell and flavor during the colder months. If you have had trouble with pie crust in the past, I find that sourdough pie crust roll out so much easier. Something about the addition of the sourdough starter. Also, you can make them ahead because they just get more flavorful the longer they sit in the refrigerator.
Mama, you made this so yummy. Apple pie.
Apple pie, Victor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Today I'm going to make sourdough baguettes, but I want to make them with 2/3 whole grain, 1/3 all-purpose. I'm going to double it and make half of it a sourdough boule and the other half into 3 baguettes. I'm always doing a lot of math in my kitchen because I'm always trying to manipulate the recipes for what I have and what I want to use. I'm trying to get through the last of this bag of hard white wheat berries before another one comes into my kitchen next week. I have another order coming. In our large family, we can go through a 50-pound bag of wheat berries in just a couple of months. Now, you can, of course, make these baguettes with 100% whole grain, substituting it gram for gram. I find that you get this wonderful, chewy interior, crunchy, crusty exterior with just a little bit of all-purpose added to it. So that's why I do that 2/3 ratio. My daughter and I were going on and on and on about these baguettes. They were just so incredibly delicious. And I credit that to the kitchen temperature right now. Everything has the chance to ferment very, very slowly. Not so slow as a refrigerator, but a lot more slowly than when the temperature of the kitchen is 70 plus. This is sourdough season, my friends. It is tasting better than ever. If you want to be in for a real treat, try this recipe. Multiplying it by 0.67. Do that for hard white wheat berries, freshly milled. The balance in all-purpose. Otherwise, follow the recipe just the same and keep your kitchen cold. Let it ferment for about 24 hours at room temperature. For reference, we keep our furnace set at about 67 degrees, and then the kitchen actually doesn't have any ductwork in it, so it's quite a bit cooler than that. There's also a lot of large windows. It's chilly, but the flavors, my word. And then I also, when I do a nice long first rise, like to skip the second fridge rise and instead shape them, put them in the baguette pans, and then sit them on top of a really warm preheating oven. Make that second rise really fast. This is the magic. Eat it when it's still hot. It is just so good. Served alongside a soup or just with butter if you can't keep your hands off it like us. I shaped half of that dough into a bowl and the other half into 3 baguettes. I put it on top of the preheating oven so that that second rise will be really fast. If you wait for the second rise to happen at room temperature with whole grain, I find it gets a little bit too sour. So I like that really long, nice first rise, that quick second rise. So it's great because you can start the dough one day and then the next morning is when you can actually bake everything. So it's really easy for timing purposes and it makes the most delicious bread. Perfect to serve alongside a homemade beef stew. Baguettes might seem like a tricky thing to make, but really the only thing you need to know about baguettes, if you've already been making sourdough bowls, you need a different pan. So a baguette pan, you shape it ever so slightly differently because it's divided in thirds, but still creating tension against the countertop, and then adding steam to the oven, which we do by putting a cast iron skillet in the bottom of the oven and then adding some boiling water. It really is so simple, and I think probably our favorite bread. Done? Thank you. But yes, it does. I hope you too are enjoying these cozy winter days in your kitchen and making something comforting and delicious.